Okay, now you have went and ordered your trees, hopefully from a reputable nursery. This one is from the keeper's nursery. As they arrive, they're wrapped and packed with the straw around them to keep it moist and warm and free from frost, and wrapped also in another layer of the plastic. So this must be around 7 or 8 trees that I've ordered, and by now is winter, January or something around. Today is the January of 9th of January 2016, so practically is the right time to plant a tree from now up to the March or April, depending on the temperatures. You can plant your trees. You receive it in such a condition, protected from the frost and everything, and you then go to plant it. And the next tree is another apple, as you see from the shape of it. It's another apple, Carswell Honeydew. It's tasty. I tasted this in the apple day of the keeper's nursery in October 5th, I think, or October 4th or 5th of the 2015, in a MM106 rootstock, semi-vigorous. Looking forward to taste one of the apples from this. Carswell Honeydew. This is the apple variety that I planted this year in 2016, and I originally tasted this apple in the apple day of the keeper's nursery, and I liked it, so I ordered one. And now is in the first year, and it has managed to keep one of the apples to this time, 5th of the September 2016. So just want to describe this apple probably before. Okay. The apple is quite round and in a perfect shape. It's kind of cubic as if the edges of it, I mean, the outline is like a square, roundish edges and corners. Roundish corners, yeah. And it's quite large. And although it is the first year, gave 4 apples. Most of them fell, this one survived. And that's the reason it grew this size, big. The soil that I planted it is a kind of sandy soil, and it managed anyway to give a few apples, and this one grew to this large beautiful size. I can say this is one of the perfect shaped apples. It's mostly red and some yellow, a little bit green where it has not been kissed by sun, or as they say, called sun kissed, yellow green. And I like to harvest it because I noticed that the bears are pecking on the apple, so I just twist to see if it can be separated easily. Yeah. If you want to call it perfect apple, probably that's the problem. I'm putting it in the Tudor basket. I like the shape of it. So ornamental. Okay, these are the apples that from 3 varieties I harvested yesterday. And I wanted to point to the differences between them. This is the Rachka, as you see, kind of a yellowish tinge. But this kind of pattern around the eye, or as you call it, whatever is stem. The shape of the Carswell's Honeydew is like this, but the most interesting one, the features which is common in this apple variety, is the Captain Kidd. Captain Kidd had these lines, radial lines, extending from this part, which the stem is there. Shape of it is kind of conical at the bottom. In these two samples, it is not symmetric. Actually, in all the samples that I have, they are not symmetric. Kind of heart shape, but not symmetric or symmetric. And this is a perfect apple. That's the Carswell Honeydew. And this is the shape of the Rajka. Smallish, but with this pattern. Kind of appley look. But I found this, of course, Rajka beautiful. This is also beautiful. Kind of uniform. This is very strange pattern of colors. Lovely. Oh, this is the first harvest of the... This is the apple variety Carswell Honeydew. This is probably one of the sweetest apples I've ever eaten. I can say this is the sweetest apple I've ever seen. And I like this apple. This is the sweetest and tastiest apple. It's called Honeydew for a reason. It's very sweet. Refreshing. No acid in it, but if you want a sweet apple and sweet apple juice, this is the best. It's relatively juicy, as you see. It's easy to bite. It's not very difficult. It's not very soft. It's not very hard. It's medium, but the taste of it is superb. Very sweet. This is a video about 3 varieties of apple, from the right to the left. This is Jester, the apple variety Jester. It's an early to mid-season apple. This is a yeah, let me remember. Captain Kidd. No, that's actually the Carswell's Honeydew. That's Carswell's Honeydew, and that is a apple variety Kidd's Orange Red. Kidd's Orange Red. So you start from this. It looks quite appley with red flushes and green and yellow areas where the sun was not shining. The leaf probably was covering it. Quite round, the eye is pronounced, the base is also pronounced, the cavity in the Carswell's Honeydew, quite large apple, rounder than the other one, which was the Jester. Completely covered in beautiful red, deep dark red. Areas that were not exposed and were covered by other leaf and other things are green to yellow. The eye is well pronounced, the base is also well pronounced, really deep. The stem is very short. This is not the biggest specimen of the Kidd's Orange Red, but that's typical of Kidd's Orange Red. It is kind of conical, very ribbed, well ribbed. The ribs are here, 1, 2, 3, all these edges that you see. Stalk is small to medium. The base is conical almost. And you can say this specimen is a beautiful symmetrical cone. And the eye is not very deep, but it's not flat either. This is the reddest of the all. This is a slightly pinkish to red, and this is, depending on the level of the ripening, is slightly lighter than the Carswell's Honeydew, Kidd's Orange Red. This is, I think, mid-season. This is also mid-season. And this is probably later than all of them. 3 varieties of good eating. This is a 3 samples of the apple variety Jester, Honeywell, Carswell's Honeydew, and Kids Orange Red. And I'm doing a tasting of both of them. I have already described them, the shape and the differences. And now I'm going to taste them. So I start from the right to the left. Right is here. This is Jester. This is a specimen from the keeper's nursery. On the apple day, open day that they had, we harvested this. So I'm going now to harvest it, to taste it. Got tough skin, but very crunchy apple, very juicy. The flesh is white and very refreshing. Sweet, slight, very slight acid, mostly sweet, very refreshing actually. Okay, I'm now going to taste the apple variety Carswell's Honeydew. This is our apple that I grow in my own allotment, so let us see how it tastes. It's about, I think, 10 days that I've harvested this one. Oh, the skin is tough. It's medium dense apple, but very sweet. That's really the proper name for it, is honeydew. Lovely sweet. No acid almost in it. Lovely and sweet apple. As you see, the flesh is whitish green. Green or whitish. Green whitish. White greenish. Very lovely apple. It's not as crunchy as the Jester, but the taste wise, this is really sweet. That one has a slightly acidic, which makes it more fruity taste. Carswell's Honeydew is not very juicy as much as the Jester, but taste wise, this is really sweet. Okay, I'm now going to taste the apple variety Kids Orange Red. This is again from our own allotment. Again, this is the densest. This is the least dense, second dense, and this is the densest. It's not as crunchy as any of these. Now for tasting the taste of it, you have to chew it a little bit more. It's sweet, very slightly acid. Not as much as this. If I want to acid, the level of acid in this one be 2. This one is out of 10, 2 out of 10. This is 1 probably. And it's dense. I found it that this is not as pleasant as this or this. I'm giving it a go again. Another bite. Very lumpy and mealy. It's not crunchy, you have to really give a good bite on it. There's a few scabs here that it goes deeper. The flesh, as you see, is yellow-white, white-yellow, yellowish. If I want to rate these apples from 0 to 10, to me, Carswell's Honeydew is 9. Jester is 8. Kids Orange Red is 5 or 6. 6. I give it 6. Which one I would like to grow? This one I already have it. I will grow, continue to grow it. I recommend it. This is a very sweet apple. Jester is a very refreshing apple. These two I recommend to grow. These are very good. This one, if you want, you can grow it. It's very dense apple, quite denser than all of the others. Probably keeps better even. But for juicing, this is perfect. This is for juicing also perfect. But the taste wise is really lovely. You can just eat it right away. Have a bite and eat. This one is good for keeping probably. You can eat it, it's nice. It's a dense apple. You have to apply lots of pressure to have a good chunk of it. Yeah, it's tough a little bit compared to these two. This is the softest, this is second, and that is the hardest. But when you chew it, the sweetness comes. It's not as sweet as this. Sweet wise, this is the sweetest, second comes this, and third comes this. Different colors of flesh, white, greenish white, and yellowish white.